Hello, welcome to the AEW Dynamite Rundown, 21st of October 2020. We kicked off with the World Title Tournament, first round matches. We had Wardlow versus Jungle Boy in a very competitive matches. Wardlow hit 2 F10s for the 3 count. Wardlow goes through to the second round. Overall, the match was pretty decent. I'm going to give it a 3.25 out of 5. Yeah, just a great way to open the show. Jungle Boy looked really, really good, but Wardlow in the end overpowered and won. So I can't really complain about that. We then get a video of what happened after Dynamite went off the air. Eddie Kingston and the Lucha Brothers are standing over Jon Moxley. Eddie explains to Mox that he sold out, not bringing them in with him as an entertainer. Eddie talks about how he loved the sports, but he wants them to look at him. He wants to show the title to Mox and that he's going to make him quit pro wrestling, and he will pay for leaving him behind. So yes, it's announced that it will be an I Quit match at Full Gear between Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley for the world title. Overall, I'm going to give Eddie Kingston's promo at the end of last week a 7 out of 10. Overall, it was a really good promo. We then have Moxley having a segment saying he's happy for Eddie Kingston coming to AEW, but he doesn't know him anymore. He won't apologise for the work he did for a better life for his family. He's embarrassed by complaining that he didn't submit when he passed out. Now Eddie won't have any excuses. Yeah, pretty decent. A 7 out of 10 as well. Now we go to the introductions for the second first round World Title Tournament match. Sonny Kiss, and then a list of accolades before Kenny Omega comes out. Yeah, they're really, really trying to push him and rebrand him back to a single star, which I'm more than happy to have him back as a single star, because in my opinion, he's not a tag team wrestler. He had some dancers with brooms. This was supposed to be Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega, but Joey Janela had been in contact with someone with COVID, so Sonny Kiss took the replacement in the match. Kenny hit a V-trigger, then a one-winged angel for the win. Shortest AEW match in history so far, about 15-20 seconds. Kenny then raises Kiss's hand, gives him a hug and leaves. Obviously, I'm not going to rate it, but it was a nice, decisive, good win for Kenny Omega, and that's what he needs at the minute, in my opinion. Then we had the thrillingest interview between Tony Shivani and Orange Cassidy. He was asked about his thoughts on the match last week. He said some ways it goes your way and some ways it doesn't. Then he's asked about his match next week, and he says he's looking forward to Cincinnati. Tony reminds him they're in Jacksonville, and he says whatever. Moving swiftly on. Then we go to Eddie Kingston backstage, responding to Moxley's promo. He says Pentagon and Phoenix are the best to come out of Mexico. He also wants us to know the Butcher and Blade have Bunny back. He then says Mox is true that it turned on Mox and the ends justify the means. When he wasn't a snake, he's got nothing, but now he gets a shot in an I Quit match, and he's never quit in his life. They have to go to a deep, dark place, and Eddie lives in that place. Again, I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. We have Ray Phoenix versus Pentagon Jr. Obviously, this match was fantastic, as you would expect. Pentagon grabs Ray's head and says he's sorry and runs in for attack. Ray then hits a destroyer, covers Pentagon Jr. for the 3 count. Your winner to face Kenny Omega, Ray Phoenix. Gonna give the match a 3.5 out of 5. It was pretty decent. Then we have Alex Marvez backstage with John Silver and Alex Reynolds and Colt Cabana. Alex is asked about the tag match. Colt talks about how he and his friends and corrects them that they are not friends. Colt says he feels pressure, and John Silver explains that he doesn't even know pressure yet. Silver doesn't like him, but he knows that he will be the next AEW champion. They will win the tag titles, and Mr. Brody Lee will win the TNT title back. Fair enough. It was alright. We then go to Colt Cabana vs Adam Page. Your winner with the buckshot lariat is Hangman Adam Page. Going to give the match a 2.75 out of 5. Not as good as the other tournament matches, but plenty decent enough. So he'll be facing Wardlow next week. Dark Order then come and help Colt Cabana to the back. We then get a promo with Team Taz. And claims that he hasn't heard from Will Hobbs yet. He's also upset that Darby Allin gets a shot at the TNT title and Ricky Starks would have gotten the shot if not for a fluke loss. Stark talks about how upset he is that Darby Allin gets a title shot and someone's going to pay, and it will be Darby Allin. 6 out of 10, pretty decent promo. We then go to the dinner debonair. MJF is at a table. Jericho then makes his way to the table. They sitting it there. MJF asks for his porterhouse well done. Jericho asks for it medium well. MJF then changes it to medium. Jericho then changes it to medium rare. MJF rare, and Jericho asks for it blue. Jericho asks why should they bother to see if MJF should be in the inner circle. Then they break into song. I mean, I am not joking. They go into full-on song with backup dancers and everything. It was insane. Then the stakes get delivered raw, and then they asked to return them. That's how we ended it. I mean, it was insanely entertaining. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I absolutely hilariously enjoyed that segment. We then get Britt Baker versus Kylan King. Britt Baker gets her glove on and does the lockjaw for the win. Going to give the match a 2.5 out of 5. Fairly average. We then get Steve-O and Darby Allin in a promo where Darby Allin rolls in a body bag and then goes onto a skateboard ramp. It was weird. 5 out of 10. We then get to the main event of the evening. The Fatal 4-Way tag match between Butcher and Blade, Young Bucks, Private Party, and 3 and 4 from Dark Order. Bunny is now back with Butcher and Blade, as it showed on Dark. You don't watch Dark and you apparently miss stuff. The winner was... the winner was the Young Bucks. Yes. Yeah, it was alright. It was not the best match in my opinion, but it was more to set up for the Bucks and FTR. Going to give the match a 2.75 out of 5. After the match, FTR get into the ring and start beating down the Young Bucks. A Master Assailant then attacks the Young Bucks with a chair. They do a spotted pile driver from the second rope. And after that, it's revealed that Tully Blanchard was the masked assailant. I mean, overall, this Dynamite was pretty decent. I mean, we had some decent singles matches. An alright main event. I mean, it was what it was. It was fairly decent. Just nowhere near as good as some of the matches earlier in the card. But overall, this has got me hyped for Full Gear in a couple of weeks' time. It's building towards a highly anticipated next week. There's going to be some good matches next week and at Full Gear. Overall, I'm going to give the show an 8 out of 10. Absolutely massively enjoyed it. Now, thank you for watching this. Make sure you smash that like button, share and subscribe, and I shall catch you all later. Bye.